I'm originally from New York City. Moving here probably was like the biggest step that I ever made alone. I moved here in '01. I didn't have my business then, of course. I was a single mom when I moved here. Had no friends, no family lived here. Quit my job in New York. Didn't have a job lined up for me. And people thought I was crazy. When I was in New York, actually, I sold clothing. So it wasn't really a big transition for me to start doing that now. And I started out actually in my car. So I decided to open up a shop. And I noticed, like, after a year in business, that people would buy the tops. People are buying more tops than they buying bottoms. So eventually I just got rid of the bottoms and started just selling tops. At that point, I wasn't really making t-shirts, but then I started getting people coming into the shop, asking me, could I match this shirt with a hat or match this shirt with some shoes, and I couldn't do it. And I realized I was losing at least 10 to 15 people a day. I'm saying no too much to my customers. So I just pretty much honestly went online, looked up t-shirt printing, taught myself how to print, and here I am today, 14 years later. Now, the ups and downs for business to me, is mandatory. You have to go through the ups, you have to go through the downs. I think if everything is always even keel, you won't know anything about business, because business is about failing and it's about succeeding. What made me close my first location, to be honest with you, was the recession. Well, after I closed my store, I took it to my house. Worked in my garage, when it was warm weather. When it was cold, I brought it into my living room and did it from there. Because I was getting a lot of orders from my website, I didn't really need to have a location where I was paying a monthly rent. But of course, when you're doing it from your home, you can't have everybody come to your house. And that honestly worked out for quite some time. But of course, the recession not alone, hit my business, it hit my home. And I had to, give up my house. And I had to choose, having a house, having a mortgage, or keeping my business. And of course, I had to keep my business because that's where I was making my money. My work still kept going, and I was working out of a storage unit. And I did that for over a year, and most people don't know that. From there, things got better, but I never gave up. Never gave up. Things got better. And I'm sorry. I mean, the tears is not because I'm upset, I'm just blessed. Because I've been through a lot. And it's just amazing the strength that I have to keep going, But anyway, I moved to the city, went from a house to an apartment, But the blessing of it was, I didn't realize how much I was taking on. Like, giving my house up was like the best thing that I ever done. Like, the weight on my shoulders was like relief. I was able to really see what I really had, And it wasn't the house that made me, it was what I was trying to achieve that made me stronger. Never gave up. Got an apartment, me and my son, 2-bedroom apartment, and did some printing out of my apartment too for a couple months, and then I found a studio in Midtown. Did some printing out of there, actually the goat farm. I went over there and met with one of the guys that own and run the space, and just need a small little area. And he showed me this one little studio, and I fell in love with it. Been doing it out of a storage unit. I've been doing it out of my living room, out of my garage, just to have a place outside of, my home, or a place outside of a storage unit was like a blessing. It took about a year before I found this place. Most people, if they would have walked in and seen it the way it looked before, they would have been like, okay, U-turn. And this place, from what I understand, was empty for years before I came in. And they said everybody that looked at this space walked in and turned back around. But I seen the vision. And even my son like, you sure you want to do it here? And to this day, my son looks at this space like, wow, like you would never believe what it looked like. It wasn't really bad drastically to me, but to somebody else and most people, it was like a horror story. All they could probably see was the work. A lot of people, they just see the success, you know, or they see the progress, but they don't see the struggle at all. They see you growing, but they don't know what you went through or what you had to go through to be who you are, to even be where you at. And to be honest, I'm grateful for where I'm at right now, but there's so much more to me. So many more things that I'm gonna be doing. But I always knew I was gonna make it, you know, and whatever making it is to me. To some people, making it is driving a fancy car and living in this big house. Making it is being able to go through the things I've been through and still be here to talk about it. You know, and still have people that admire me, that's inspired, that send me emails all the time and call me on the phone and say, hey, thank you so much for what you're doing. You inspire me. I want to do that. Or I've been wanting to do this business, but I didn't know how to go about it, or I was scared, and I see you doing what you're doing. And these are people that don't even know my full story. These are people that just seen, like I said, the progress. So hopefully those same people that hear my story today can be like, wow, there's even more inspiration for somebody else not to give up, because it inspires me not to give up, because I know I've been worse, so I can only get better. I mean, honestly, I supposed to have been T-shirt lady years ago, you know, and that's why I tell people all the time, like, whatever you feel like you want to do, whatever's your passion, something, I don't care if it's an idea that sounds stupid to everybody else, to pursue it. He helps me a lot, you know, in this business, and I mean, you gotta think he's been pretty much raised in this business. If anybody knows this business like I know it, he knows it. I mean, I know everything I know, but he knows most of it. He does a wonderful job coming in here helping me. When he's here alone by himself, clients call me later and ask me, who was the young guy that was here helping me? And I'm asking my son, oh, he did a wonderful job, very professional. To me, your product, your T-shirt, your design, I look at it as if it was mine. So everybody that comes in here, even though it's your design, it's my design. It's my T-shirt, it's my creation. So I always put that extra effort into making sure that you get a quality product as well as quality customer service. The art on the wall, I actually started this not that long ago. I decided to start doing, I guess you can call it refurbished frames. I get used frames and I repurpose them. I just feel like I wanted to create an environment on the gallery side. Most of the designs here is something to motivate you for better. You know, and this is like a constant reminder for me to stay focused and kind of stay positive. In addition to the actual designs in the frames, being affirmations and of course being motivational pieces for me, reminders, they're actually T-shirt designs. Right. All of them are T-shirt designs. Just so happen I just decided to put them in frames, so anything that anyone sees on the wall can actually be printed onto a T-shirt or a bag or whatever they like. My main reason for being an entrepreneur, being a small business owner, I would say is for the freedom. You know, I just can't be locked down behind anybody's desk but my own right now. You know, if I decide I want to close my shop for a week, it probably won't be good on me because I won't make no money, but I have that option. I think the hardest part about being a business owner would be trying to balance your life. You know, I find myself honestly working on weekends and not wanting to do anything else but work, you know. Honestly, I think most of America is living check to check. And I'm probably doing the same. It's just that I'm doing it for myself and not on somebody else's time. And I think freedom for me is the most important thing that you can ever have. And I think that I'm closer to being free by having my own and doing for myself.